So we're going to continue on the whole theme of the more sort of classic Pilates repertoire, something we haven't done for ages. And I oftentimes sort of stay away from it because I don't know what's happening with people's lower backs or neck, etc. But any of the rollover movements, okay? So we're going to start to work into the rollovers today. So it's lower abs. And if you need to give yourself any kind of assistance, it really helps if you've got like a block or a pillow or a towel to put under your pelvis, or if you have a foam roller, you put that under your pelvis, and then it's going to help you get into that movement. So have that on hand if you need. Otherwise, we're just working with the mat today, and then at the end, when we do a little bit of our mindfulness and breath work, you might want to have a chair or a block to sit on so that you can get into a comfortable position with your hips. All right, so we're going to start in a resting position. So come onto your mats, and let me just make sure that you guys can see me here. I'm just going to turn my mat a little bit and come a little bit towards the back end of your mat. Open your knees nice and wide, big toes touch, sit your hips back, and if you need a cushion behind your knees, you can go for it, and walk yourself all the way down. Let your head rest either on the floor or on your hands or on a block. Just make sure that your neck feels nicely supported. And then make sure that your neck and your shoulders are at ease. There's no right or wrong position for your arms or hands. And stay here just for a few moments. Taking this opportunity to slow down and really just connect into your body and connect into this moment. To be present, to focus, and to feel what's happening with you today. Give yourself a starting point before we move into our class. Nice deep inhales and exhales, softening and releasing lower back and hips. One more deep inhale. Long, slow exhale. And you can blink your eyes open. Draw yourself up onto hands and knees. You might feel a little bit of a tingling into your feet after that, sitting back on your heels. Spreading your fingers out nice and wide. Start with a little extension of the spine, lifting your tail, your chest and eye line, and then rounding your spine up into a cat stretch. And again, lengthening your tail, move to extension. Exhale, lifting belly, feel the abdominals connecting underneath you. And just taking 2 more rounds. So, and I've mentioned it before, your spine really is the connection. It's the bridge between your upper body and your lower body. One more time. Feel those connections. Come back to the center, lengthen your spine and pause. Tuck your toes under. Before we hover our knees, let's do that little stretch of the knuckles of the toes and release. So just pushing gently away from your hands. Let's do one more time. Come forward and hold it here. Firm your abdominals. Hover both knees just up off the mat. Coming into 4-point hover. Chin into your voice box gently. Reach through your crown, reach through your tail. Connect all 10 fingertips and all 10 toes to the ground. And on your next breath, releasing your knees down and releasing your feet all the way back. Just start to wag your tail from side to side. So we're going to do a little bit of lateral flexion of the spine. And if this is feeling quite comfortable for you, look over your shoulder and see if you can find your tail. So now you're bringing your thoracic spine and your neck, your cervical spine, into that lateral flexion as well. Come back to the center and pause. A little bit of carpal tunnel release. Pivot your hands all the way back or as far as you can go. And today we're going to do both hands at the same time. So make any adjustments you need to your placement. And then you can bring your shoulders forward if it's really intense and you need to ease up. Or you can bring your hips a little bit backwards if you want to increase that release at the front wrist. If you want to add a little bit of a dynamic, remember you can do a gentle pulsing. But guys, keep it very soft, nothing hectic. So this front wrist, this carpal tunnel, is part of the front arm line. So this sometimes becomes very tight if the chest is very tight or the front of the shoulder is very tight, for example. And then bring your shoulders forward again. Unwind your hands. So you're going to bring your hands all the way back to the front and stay here. Spread your fingers out. Extend your right leg back. Tuck your toes under. Level out your pelvis. Now listen, squeeze that quadricep. Your leg is straight. Push into hands. Stretch the other leg back and you hold. Engage your gluteals without gripping. Start to push a little bit forward on your toes and then draw back. Little forward. So this is our front support basic, and this is a precursor, a prerequisite to our back leg pull that we're going to be doing on Friday. Come back to the center, hold, bring one knee in, bring the other knee in, round your spine like a cat, sit your hips halfway back, push up onto the tips of your fingers, so you are really connecting into the muscles in the palms of your hands, taking all the weight off your wrists, deepening the stretch into your lower back, placing your hands down, bring your body weight forward, and once again, lengthen out your spine. Now this time, extend the other leg back first. So if you took the right leg back the first time, take the left leg back now. Abdominals connected, squeeze the quadricep, stretch your other leg back to join, and you hold. Energy through your crown, a little bit of a pushing forwards and backwards. Can you find the symmetry between the front line of the body and the back line? Center yourself and stop. Let your knees hinge down. Release your feet. Bend your elbows and slowly come all the way down to your stomach. And you hold it here. Stretch your left arm out. Look to the right. Bend your right knee. Roll yourself up and back into a little bit of a shoulder stretch. We stay here for 3 breaths in and out. Opening up through the front of the left shoulder, the arm. And again, this is all the connections from the chest to the carpal tunnel at the wrist. Come back to the center. Stretch your leg out. Bend the left hand, stretching the right arm out. Look away. And now bend the left knee and rolling back into your shoulder stretch. It's obviously quite a strong twist in the spine. So if your foot doesn't touch the floor, then don't force it. Maybe you actually just want to rest your foot against a wall or put a cushion underneath your foot for support. Relaxing into your neck. And then releasing all the way to the front. Stretch your leg. Place your hands just underneath your shoulders with the elbows lifting. Legs are long, extended out behind you, ready for cobra. Inhale as you come up into cobra. Feel the retraction of the scapula. And exhale, releasing down. Inhale, lifting up. Sending your breastbone forward. And exhale, releasing down. Taking 2 more. Gentle cobra, just to warm up those back extensors, find your connections. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale, releasing all the way down. I'm going to turn to face you so you can see what I'm doing here. You're going to hover your nose and stay at that height. Stretch both your hands straight forward with your palms down. Circle your arms around. Don't lift your body. Stay here. Your palms are down. Your baby fingers are towards your legs. And then bend your elbows as if you're cleaning the floor without letting your elbows pop up. Do that again. Stretch forward. Big sweep of the arms. Fingertips reaching to your feet. Bend your elbows. Clean the floor. It's a lot of rotator cuff, yeah? And breathe in. Breathe out. And bend the elbows. Rotator cuff. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. So this is the setup for our breaststroke that we're going to be doing on Friday. 1 more time. Reach. Big sweep. Bend your elbows, hold, and then just come all the way down and take a 2-second breather right here. Roll onto your right side, stretching the bottom arm, or you can fold it underneath you. Fingertips light to the floor, and on your breath out, lift both your legs, and inhale, release. Taking an opportunity to find the obliques connection. So this is the same lateral flexion that we just did on all 4s when we were wagging our tail, but now we're loading the one side and we're working against gravity. So it's giving us a slightly different connection here. 2 more. Reach through your crown. 1 more. And release down. Bend your knees slightly in front of you. Press up and come onto your forearm, lifting up through that bottom oblique. Place your hand onto the shelf of your hip and stretch the top leg out nice and long. Squeeze your gluteal to move your leg a little bit back, and we pulse forward for 2 exhales. Flex, flex, and point, point. Feel the obliques. Keep pressing out of that right arm. This is your side kick on your elbow. Also one of the original 34. Last one. Hold it back. Long stretch with your top arm. And then exhale, place your fingertips down, bend your knees, and come all the way down. Cradle the back of your neck and bring your knees up a little bit higher. Left arm reaches forward. Let's do 1 thoracic rotation. Exhale, open up through the chest. And then come all the way back and release. Turning onto your stomach. Place your right hand under your head. Reach back, holding onto the foot or the ankle. A little bit of a squeeze into the gluteals. Holding it there for just a few moments. So this is a little repeat of what we did yesterday. Stretching out into the quadriceps. Double check that your abdominals are connected. And then releasing your leg all the way back. Turn onto your left side. I'm going to have my back towards you. Fingertips are light to the ground. Chin up, shoulders down, legs together. And we exhale to lift and lower. Finding the obliques connection. So these connections are necessary for a lot of the side work that we do, like the side kick on the elbow. Taking two more. One more. And release. Bend your knees in a little bit. Press up onto your left forearm. Set yourself up, obliques and lats connected. Hand to your pelvis, and the top leg, your right leg, extends away. Squeeze gluteals to bring your leg back, and we exhale for two. Flex, flex, point back. Can you disassociate so that you are moving from the hip joint without compensating through the spine? Last two. Last one. Bring it back, hold it, stretching your arm all the way over, and then release, bend your knees, lie all the way down to cradle the back of your neck and bring your knees up a little higher. Right hand, reach up and back, open up across your chest, your front arm line. Stay for the breath in, just enjoy. And exhale to come all the way back to the front. Turn onto your stomach. Left hand under your head. Reach back with your right hand to hold on to your foot or your ankle. A little bit of a squeeze with your gluteals so that you can get a stretch down the right quadricep. So this is now a little bit of a release in preparation for the next exercise, which is called the single leg kick. And slowly release all the way back. Bring yourself up onto your forearms. Just softly interlace your fingers. Now, if you have a really supple back, you could bring your elbows pretty much under your shoulders. If your back doesn't like it, move the elbows wide and move the elbows forward. It doesn't matter as long as you've got a little bit of a lift through your chest. So connect your core, squeeze your bum cheeks, and see if you can just hover your legs a fraction off the ground. Send your heart away from your heels. Slowly bend the right knee as if you're going to kick your bottom. And then stretch your leg out long. Now do the same thing with the left leg. Figure out if you need to adjust your leg position for your kneecaps. And then stretch out. Now we do a small double kick. It looks like this. And stretch. And stretch. The trick is not to jar your upper body. Find Find stability through the shoulders, the extension of the spine, and stability through your pelvis. 2 more. 1 more. Stretch, hold, and releasing all the way down. Take your hands under your shoulders. Press yourself up onto hands and knees. Spread your fingers out. Round your spine just into 1 cat stretch. Oh, that's such a lovely release after that extension. Bring your hips halfway back. Stay there. Press up onto the tips of your fingers. Holding it there, getting that lovely stretch. Slide your fingertips towards your knees and rolling all the way up and tall. Take a moment just to roll your shoulders back and around, and then placing your arms down, reviewing our 100s. But today we're going to do 5 breaths in and 5 breaths out. Lower abs, gluteals connected, eye line lifted, palms facing back. Take a breath in to prepare and exhale for 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Strong arms. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway there. In 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, stop. Inhale, take a deep breath in. Exhale, opening your arms wide. Nod your chin. Just roll forward to place your hands to the ground. Tuck your toes. We're going to move into a downward facing dog. So I'm just tucking my shirts in. Lifting your knees. Move your hips up and back. And then just start to pedal one heel to the floor and then the other. Press both heels towards the ground. Stay there for a moment. And then soften your knees and walk your toes halfway up your mat. Crouch yourself all the way down. Roll around on the knuckles of the feet. Maybe you get a little bit of a stretch there and then roll around the other way. And then walking your hands back and sending your legs all the way out. I'm sure you thought we were going to do that little scoot through, right? So bend your knees, feet down. Remember the reverse tabletop we've been practicing? Pressing into your arms, getting out of your shoulders. On your breath out, see if you can lift your hips off the ground. And if you're okay there, would you like to take it up a little bit higher? Just so that you're opening up through the front of your body. Take a little breath in. And then exhale. And releasing all the way down. Stretching your left leg out. Crossing your right ankle over. Lean back. Bring yourself into that little gluteal stretch. So a little bit of a reprieve. If you want to come down onto your elbows, that's absolutely fine as well. Stretch that left leg out. Knees a shake. And now cross your left ankle over. Draw your leg up. And then press up until you've got a nice stretch on the opposite side. Little rocking if you want. And then release, slide your leg out And now give your legs a little bit of a shake. And now we're going to practice our back support basic. So squeeze your inner thighs. If your feet are cramping or your calves, then flex the ankles back. On your breath out, push into your feet and your hands and just see if you can hover your bum. If you're okay there, why don't you start pressing up just a little bit higher so that you are opening the front of your body. Press out of the hands. At any point that you need to come down, do so. We want to practice this in preparation for Friday. And on your next breath, releasing all the way down, flex your ankles, and then just walk yourself forward. Give yourself a little bit of a hamstring release. And then roll upright into a sitting position. Bend your knees if you need, sit on a cushion if you need. Bringing your hands out with your palms up, strong arms. Open your arms out to the side and hold it there, ready for our seated spine twist. Double exhale to the right. Inhale, grow taller. To the left. Inhale. It is a gentle squeezing breath. It's not a jarring action on the body. Keep gluing ankles. Anchor your pelvis. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Come center, hold. Place your hands, bend your knees to come forward, lift your feet, balance, and let's do rolling like a ball. Inhale back. Exhale, balance. Inhale. Good. Little connection into the upper body. Lots of work into the lower abs and the hips. 1 more. And hold it. And placing your feet down. Move back just a little bit. Anchor your feet. Knees are slightly apart. And on your breath out, roll all the way down. Using abdominals. And then placing hands to the floor. Bring your feet a little bit closer in, ready for a pelvic curl. Exhale, tilt your pelvis, rolling up into your bridge position. Stay for a moment, soften into your neck, and exhale, down you come. And we go again. Exhale. So this is one of the most basic inversions that we can do. There's a little bit of weight onto the neck and onto the shoulders. And exhale down. So again, this is a prerequisite for any of the rollovers that we do where you've got a lot of weight on your upper body. Last 2. Pause. And roll down. Let's do 1 more time. Exhale, tilt. Hold it at the top. And slowly down you come. And release at the bottom. Now, bring your knees up to tabletop. Stabilize. Hook your hands behind your knees, not your chin. Curl your head and shoulders forward and stay here. Extend your legs as straight as your flexibility allows. Bring your right leg towards you as you move your left leg away. Double exhale. Inhale, switch. Double exhale. Inhale. It's about pulling your leg towards your face, not about lifting your face to your leg. Anchor your pelvis and secure your lower back. 2 more. Oh, this is such a lovely hamstring stretch. A little bit of ab work. Switch on those front neck muscles. Bring both legs up. Bend your knees. And then just lower head and shoulders all the way down. Bring your hands up. Inhale to expand wide. And exhale, bring your hands up and connect fingertip to fingertip. Breathing in, open wide. Exhale. 2 more, breathing in. Breathing out. Last one, inhale, open, and exhale, stay here and turn your palms down to help anchor. Take both your knees over to the right. So you're coming into your knee side to side movement, and exhale back to the center. Take your knees to the left. Exhale. So this is working into the obliques. This is a rotation of the spine. Breathe in. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're adding a half circle movement with the legs. Take your knees to the right and stop. Circle your knees and your thighs away from you through the center, over to the left, and then just cut straight back in so you're back to your start position. Take your knees to the left, glue them together. Exhale, draw a half circle away, back to the side, and then cut straight back in. Keep going, over to the right, and draw your half circle. This is preparation for the corkscrew that we're going to be doing on Friday. Last 3, chest open, arms down. And in. 2 more. Use your breath out to draw that half circle and cut back in. Last one. Inhale. In you come, hold it, place one foot down, place the other foot down, and then bring your hands beside you. I'm a little bit close to the wall, so I'm just wiggling back a little bit. We're going back up into our pelvic curl. Take a breath in. Exhale, tilt your pelvis, rolling up. And now you might feel quite a lovely stretch onto the front of the hips after all of that work we've just been doing. Stay here, keeping that tuck of the pelvis. Place your hands lightly onto your bum cheeks. Standing on your right leg, bring the left knee up to tabletop, and then extend your leg as straight as your flexibility allows. Bring your leg halfway down just so that your knees are level, and then lift your leg up. Bring your leg halfway down. Now flex your ankle and lift your leg up. Point your toe halfway down. Flex and lift. One more time. Point down. Flex, lift. Hold it. Point your foot, bend your knee, and stand on both feet. Double check that you haven't dropped or rolled your pelvis. Stand on your left leg and bring the right knee up. Extend your leg as straight as you can. Bring that leg halfway down, knees in line. Flex your foot and lift. Point down. Flex, lift. point down. You've got 2 more. This is our shoulder bridge that we're going to be doing on Friday. Lift up, point your toe, bend your knee, placing your foot all the way down. Release your hands up to the sky and exhale. Releasing all the way down with control. Stretch your legs out long, legs together. You can point or flex the feet. Start reaching your arms overhead, and we're ready for our roll up. If you need a prop under your back, then give yourself a little bit of an assist. Here we go. Inhale, lift arms, lift head. Exhale. Come till your nose is just above your pubic bone and you have a curve of your spine. Take a little breath. And then exhale, roll yourself back. Send your feet away. And then reach your arms overhead. And again, inhale, lifting arms. Head. Breathe. Nose above your pubic bone. Make sure that you can see your profile, your face above your shoulders. Don't drop your head. And exhale, down you go. Send your legs away and roll all the way back. We're going to do 2 more. Inhale, lift arms, lift head, breathe. So when you come to this position, just stay for a moment. This is our rollover position. It's just that we're sitting on our bum now instead of being upside down. And then exhale, back you go. If your feet or your calf muscles are cramping, then please flex the ankles. It'll give them a nice stretch. And one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Nose above pubic bone. Take a breath in. And exhale. Down you go. Release your arms back. Just take a moment to give yourself a good morning stretch. Nice long body. Little croissant to one side. Little croissant over to the other side. And then bring yourself back to the center. Bring your hands down and then open your arms just a little bit wider in a low V. Keep your left leg on the floor and bring the right knee up to tabletop. Flex both your ankles. Stretch your top leg as straight as your flexibility allows and hold. We draw small circles on the ceiling, noticing the connections into the obliques. Your upper body is solid, but it's not bracing. Change direction and circle the other way. I'm sure you can feel those hip flexors kicking in. Come to the center, hold. Point your toes, bend your knee, and stretch that right leg out. Take a moment to level out your pelvis. Bend your left knee. Flex both your ankles and extend your top leg as straight as possible. It might be in a different position from the first side, okay? And we draw little circles. Prepping for our full leg circles that we're going to be doing on Friday. Change direction, circle the other way. Come to the center, stop, bend the knee, point your toes, and stretch your legs out long. Roll onto your left side and push yourself up onto your elbow. Doesn't matter if you come off the mat a little bit. I want you to put your right foot in the front, and if you can manage, straighten your legs. If you need to bend your knees, then please bend your knees, that's fine. Taking your free hand, your right hand, and just help yourself lift through the ribs, help yourself lift through the obliques, squeeze your inner thighs, and if you need to turn your head, you can. We're going to be lifting our pelvis off the ground. So on your breath, push into your feet and hands, and coming up. Stay for a moment, take a breath in, and then exhale, lower down. So this is a progression from what we did yesterday with this, yeah? So again, exhale, press into feet and arms. You can bend your knees and keep your knees on the floor if you need. Pay attention to your body. And release. And we're going to do just one more time. Exhale. And pause for a moment. Take a breath in. Exhale. Releasing all the way down. Releasing your arm out and rolling onto your back. Just pause for a moment. Let yourself lie here with your arms beside you, palms up. Flop your feet. Relax your head and neck. And just take 3 conscious breaths in and out. And noticing what's happening on that left side of your body after you activated that lateral line. One more breath in and out. And now I'm going to have my back to you again. Roll onto your right side. Push yourself up onto your forearm. You're going to split your legs. So you're going to have your left leg to the front. Press out of the arm. Use your free hand to lift ribs. Lift obliques. Turn your head if you need. Squeeze your inner thighs. And on your breath, push into arm, feet, and we lift. Take a little breath and slowly down. Make sure that your shoulder feels okay with this. Exhale. Pause for a moment and release. Last one. Take a moment and release. Come all the way down. Turn onto your back. Stretch your legs out. Palms of your hands are facing upwards. Close your eyes if you like. And just become aware of your right lateral line of your body. Soften through your neck, your shoulders. And then blink your eyes open. Bend your knees, putting your feet down. Hug your knees in towards your chest and maybe do a little bit of a rocking action from side to side. So we are going to start practicing the roll over movement with our legs. If you want to put something underneath your pelvis to lift yourself up to help, then please do so. We're going to break it down here. Your arms are very active here, so you need to really push into the floor to assist yourself. Knees together so that your inner thighs switch on the pelvic floor and the deep abdominal muscles. See if you can keep your head centered. Lift your feet up just a little bit. Take a breath. Exhale. Send your legs over and catch. Hold yourself here. Give yourself a little bit of support for a second. Keep your knees bent. And then on your next exhale, Lift your head so that as you slide your hips down, your head is lifting, your hands are helping. Hold it there, and then let go with your hands and place your head down. So this is the most supported version. Let's do that again. Exhale, legs over, catch. Keep your knees bent, abs connected, relax your neck. Exhale, as you roll your hips down, slide your hands along your hips so you're helping. Keep your chin in so your abs are working, and then lie back. We do that one more time. Exhale over. Catch. Take a breath. Exhale, roll down. And then release. Stay here for a moment. Now, on the next one, we are going to add a little variation if you're up for it. Take a breath in. Exhale, roll over. Catch. Take a little inhale. Exhale, release your hands to the floor, chin in, and as you roll down, can you feel that there's more work on the abdominals? And then lower your head. If you prefer to keep your hands on your pelvis, then do so. 2 more. Breathing out, roll over. Catch. Stay there. Abs are working, knees are bent. Release your hands. Roll down, lifting your head. And release. Last one. Exhale. Catch. Take a little breath. Exhale, release hands. Roll down and settle all the way back. Just hug your knees in towards you. Circle your ankles. Change, circle the other way. And then release, placing your feet all the way down. We're going to do 1 roll up into sitting. Legs long, arms up. How far back can you take your arms without letting the ribs pop up? Here we go. Lift arms, lift head, exhale, long stretch over, hold onto your ankles, give yourself a lovely stretch, and then unravel and lifting up nice and tall. Good. Bending your knees, you're going to have your legs slightly apart, and I want you to place your hands with your fingers pointing towards you, and then lower yourself onto your elbows so the abs are connected here. Bringing one knee up to tabletop, bring the other knee up to join it, glue them together. Taking both your legs over to the right, keep the left shoulder down, and exhale. Sorry, not shoulder, keep your left elbow down. And now take your legs to the left. Keep your knees and your ankles stacked, and now your right elbow stays grounded. And exhale back. Let's add on. Take your knees to the right, pause, and then draw a circle with your thighs around to the left and then cut back in. This looks familiar, right? We did it with the corkscrew. Taking legs to the left. Exhale, draw your circle. And back to the center. Let's do that again. So this is called the hip circle. And cut in. One more time. Draw the circle. Back to the center. Hold it. Place one foot down. Place the other foot down. And then press yourself all the way up. Come a little bit forward on your mat as we get ready to do another rolling exercise called the seal. So let your knees open, put your hands into the middle of your lap and curl your hands to the outside of each ankle. Lift up one foot so that you can lean backwards, abs, pick up your other foot and just see if you can balance here. Keep your back rounded. We're going to roll like a ball with our legs in this position. Be careful of your neck. Inhale back and exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale. 2 more. Breathing in. 1 more. And hold it. Woo! Balance. And placing your feet all the way down. Take your legs out into a lovely wide straddle. I'll face towards you today. And again, it doesn't matter how wide it is, as long as you feel a release in the inner thigh and maybe along the back of the hamstring here. So use your hands to help yourself sit up nice and tall for a moment. Get onto those sit bones. Make any adjustments that you need, and then just stay there for a moment. And see if you can now release your hands and bring your arms nice and wide out towards the side. So I'm going to do mirror image. Rotate towards your right, not too far, and then come back to the middle. Rotate towards your left, and come back to the middle. Rotate towards your right, hold it there, let your left arm come across, and let your right thumb turn down. Bring your arms back and come back to the middle. Rotate to your left. Your right arm comes across, your left thumb turns down. So you've got internal rotation at that back shoulder. Bring your arms to the center and come back. Let's make it smooth. Inhale. Inhale. 2 more. Inhale. 1 more. Inhale, hold. Place your hands behind your knees. Help yourself as you come all the way up. And please turn onto hands and knees once again. Stay here for a moment. Level yourself out. Stretch your right leg back. Walk your left fingertips forward. Stay here. And then on your breath, pick up your arm and leg. And down. And again, lift. And down. 3 more. Can you find the coordination, the cross patterning from the opposite fingertip to the opposite toe? 1 more. Release and bring it all the way back in. Center yourself. Left leg back. Walking right fingertips forward. Lift arm and leg. And lower. That's it. And again. And lower. Find the cross patterning. So it's a little bit of right brain, left brain work. 1 more time. Bring hand and knee in. Open your knees wide. Big toes touch. Sit yourself all the way back. Take the pressure off your hands, your shoulders, your neck. And again, pausing for a moment. You can use this almost as a little bit of a check-in point to notice how you're feeling and the shift that is maybe happening if things are loosening up slightly. we're going to take one more breath in and out. Draw yourself up onto hands and knees. And we're going to do a little bit of a challenge here. So we're moving into push-ups. Stretch one leg back, toes tuck. Take the other leg back, toes tuck. Now you have a choice. You can stay here or you can come to your knees. Okay, so you decide. Inhale to bend your elbows. Stay wide across your back. And then exhale to press up. 3 more. Inhale, bend. Press. Keep that long, straight line of your body. One more time. Come all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, and hold it there. Release your feet back, and now reach your arms forward. I need to lie in a little bit of an angle just because of my space. So take your hands a little bit wider than your shoulders. Legs are slightly separated, and we're coming into our swimming. We just practiced the cross patterning, and now we're going to put it into the exercise. So engage gluteals, roll shoulders back. Come up into a baby cobra. Hold it here. Hover both your legs, just a millimeter. Hover both your arms, just a millimeter. You are suspended. Lift right arm, left leg. Switch. Left arm, right leg. Switch. Start slowly. You're finding that cross patterning and keeping your pelvis stable. You can start to pick up the pace if it's feeling pretty good. And you can breathe however feels natural for you. I do 3 inhales and then 3 exhales. And pause, release all the way down, bend your elbows, place your hands under your shoulders, push up onto your knees, hold, tuck your toes, lift your knees, hold, press your hips up and back, walking your feet a little bit forward, once again, walking on the spot. Keep breathing. Push both heels towards the ground. Walk your feet halfway up your mat, coming into a little bit of a crouch. Rolling your ankles around. Change, go the other way. Placing your fingertips lightly just in front of your feet. Press your hips up. See if you can get your heels to the ground. Just relax the back of your neck and give your head a little shake. Nod your head. Take a breath in. And then exhale, roll up. Pressing into the heels of your feet. Rolling slowly upright into standing. Focus your gaze. Take a moment to roll your shoulders back and around. And then just allow your arms to settle. Close your eyes. Noticing your physical body. And as we did yesterday, coming into a gentle mindfulness practice, staying in an upright position. If this doesn't feel good for you, please feel free to take a seat. Scanning over your body. Notice any areas that you're holding unnecessary tension. How can you move and adjust to allow yourself to settle into an easier shape. Perhaps allowing your knees to soften, spread your toes out. And then keeping your lips gently closed, feeling your breath move in and out through both nostrils. And if you think back to the breath work we did in our second week of the series, and we did our alternate nostril breathing, and then at the end of that practice, feeling that even, clear breath through both sides. Can you bring that awareness and that sensation into your mindfulness now? Notice any conversation that you might be having with yourself, any thoughts that may have popped into your mind. Just allow yourself to be aware of them. And then notice that you don't really need it right now in this present moment. You can come back to your thoughts and your conversation, focusing on each inhale and each exhale. And then start to notice that you do have a physical body. You might have lost that awareness for a few moments. And just really feel your feet, wiggle your toes, shift your body weight. And then notice your joints, the stacking of your joints. Notice the softness of your muscles, your connective tissue, your skin. Notice the softness of your energy. And then pause, center yourself. Slowly blinking your eyes open. Taking both arms as we reach all the way up. Exhale, reach your arms all the way down. And give everything a little bit of a shake. Nicely done, everyone.